What if in the next 90 days you can be in the career or on track to the career that you actually desire? That promoted career. I'm not just talking about this entry level, which is cool too. I'm talking about that next level. You've been in your position for a number of years. You've been in this like really humdrum level, and yeah, you've been killing it, but you know that there's another level that you can be at. You want to be director, you want to be C-suite, you want to be in a role that you know is matching the kind of person that you desire to step into. If that sounds like you, because listen, this is what I help people do. I help people do a couple things, but I definitely help them get what they want in 90 days. And today we are talking about your ideal job. And so I want to help you do this in 4 ways. We're going to talk about energy. Energy is the number one way. I'm going to start there. Then we're going to talk about 3 other things that you got to hang on to this video to hear the rest. Energy, you got to get your energy up. First things first, I need you to act like your job actually exists, and that takes energy. Sometimes we can be in one place so long that we forget that other things exist. We live in an abundant world where there are plenty of companies that have plenty of jobs that actually have jobs that suit us. Sometimes we have like believed the lie that a great job is a needle in a haystack. I mean, if you believe that, that's what it's gonna be. But if you start digging into abundance and gratefulness for what is available to you, you will start looking for that. There's a saying that says, you get what you focus on. If you focus that nothing exists, you're not going to find that job. If you've been sitting in limbo looking for another position and growing and all of that, consider, is your energy a part of that? Are you putting it out there like nothing exists? Are you real low? Usually when your energy is high, things are gonna come to you. But when your energy is super low and you're just humdrumming and all of your focus is on low things, then you're not going to get what you desire coming to you. So it's time to get it up. Get your energy up. Start saying different things to yourself. Words that are going to help you stay in the lane of gratefulness. And so instead of talking about all the things that aren't here, talk about what is here. Like, oh God, thank you for all these companies that are still hiring people, that are looking for people just like me. Thank you for the job that I have right now. And I thank you that they're even considering other ways to place me, because I'm putting the energy out there that I desire to be somewhere higher. These kind of thoughts, this kind of reframe, that is what is going to really put you in the space to start soaring. So first thing, check your energy. What are you on right now? All right. The next thing is get clear. I need you to get clear. Get clear about what you actually desire. So people talk about they're clear, but they're not really clear. I work with clients all the time, and they talk about in a very shallow way what they're looking for. Oh, I want to be a director, and I think I want to do it in this way. Even this language and even my disposition is real low, and sometimes that's where people are. So, energy, right? But in addition to that, if we get clear about what we desire, it's easier for people to run with this, all right? And so I encourage people to write their next job description. I actually just talked to a client today that is looking to grow and is such an amazing person. I'm so excited for her. And I'm like, write your job description. What do you desire to be right now? And so she's already a director level person, but she hasn't been in a director level role in a while. She actually switched companies, and being in the company that she's in right now, she's not at that level, but she desires that level. I'm like, okay, let's do it. You already are that person. So go ahead and write your job description. And she got super excited about this because it's going to allow her to play, and you get to play with this. Sometimes we take things so seriously because life can be serious as an adult. We're thinking about taking care of our family. We're thinking about our inheritance and being able to build wealth. And some of us are still in that space of where we're just trying to survive paycheck to paycheck. So sometimes we're not in this space of thinking higher. And when we're in a space where we're allowing ourselves to play, it gives us more opportunities to see the possibilities. And so now that she's allowing herself to play, I'm so excited about her results, because when I've done this with other clients, they come back and they're like, oh my goodness, I started doing this activity and just started having conversations with the powers that be, air quotes, at their at their company. And suddenly they have, people working in their favor to create positions, or at least speak their name in other rooms about what they want. That is the power of writing down and getting very clear and specific about what you want. It's not that you're so locked in that you wouldn't be open to something that wasn't exactly like that, but you're gonna get way closer to it by actually writing it down, getting more detailed about it, and starting to feel good about it, making it a game. Like, oh my goodness, this is fun. It's kind of like make-believe when you're a kid. You get to figure out what your Barbies are doing. You get to, play house or whatever. We used to do all kinds of stuff like jumping off the roof. That's not safe. But we used to like try to see if we could jump off trees and see how far we get. I'm so surprised I don't have any broken anything from doing any of these things. But the point is, you get to imagine, you get to play, you get to be a kid again and let go of some of this adulting that is keeping you trapped in thinking that the only way to do things is what you've been doing, but that hasn't gotten you where you wanted to go yet. So clarity, get clear, write your job description. You're welcome. That's good by itself, but we're going to keep going because we got 2 more things. The second thing is identity. This kind of goes along with energy. I want you to consider, what identity are you holding? I always encourage my clients to start taking on the identity of the position that they desire. You're not there yet, but you're never going to be there if you keep acting the way you are right now. So you have to actually decide, what is that energy? Not energy, well, it is energy, but you get to decide, what is that identity of the person that I desire to walk like and be like and talk like. So I encourage them, hey, start having some meetings with people that will be your colleagues. People that will be your colleagues. Maybe nobody in your company, if you work at a small company, is even at the level that you desire because maybe that position doesn't exist yet. Okay, well, get in these networking streets, get on LinkedIn, start having some conversations with people that would be your colleagues, would be your peers, because you need to be in the energy that you are that person. And so you need to get around it. And so this is what I encourage people to do, because it's going to be hard for people not to promote you, or if you're looking externally, it's going to be hard for people not to see you as the natural next person when you are acting like this is who you are, right? So you get to act like this is who you are and not act like fake. You already are that person, but you haven't been practicing being that person. You get to practice being that person. So identity. Now, if you stay to the end of this video, you are in luck because strategy is still very much a part of it. And I know, in the beginning, I'm like, we're not going to talk about a whole bunch of resumes and cover letters. And those are strategies, but those things won't be able to, they don't matter if you don't do this other stuff, because you're going to write things that are going to be real mediocre if you don't have this other energy. And so, yeah, you get to do resumes and cover letters, but my favorite kind of strategy is talking to people. So I call it starting a rumor, very similar to the things that I would have you do in the identity work. Start getting your network strong with the people that are attached to the types of work that you would want to do within your company. And if you're looking at companies outside, externally. So I'm like, get some people on your calendar, start talking to them, talk to them in the language of the job description that you wrote. This is all starting a rumor, because you want to create a world where people only see you as this. And yes, get your resume to align with the job description that you created. Get all of this aligned to, the cover letter, all of that kind of stuff. But those are like technical things that I don't think should be ignored. But I think that that's like 20% of the work. It's really not hard to do that part. It's really all of this other part. You get that together, you are going to guarantee, on top of the technical things, a resume and cover letters. And I help people with that, but I don't do that anymore because the people that I work with, they are efficient at doing those things. They don't need me to help them with that. They know how to get a job with those tools. What they didn't know how to do is to promote themselves with what I just talked about you before. Those are the things that are typically missing. But people typically go to resume and cover letter because they think that is the thing that's going to get them hired. And I'm like, yeah, but most of the jobs that I've gotten, I'm about to say maybe 90%, maybe 85 to 90% of the jobs I've gotten wasn't because I applied with a resume and a cover letter. It is because of somebody speaking my name in other rooms, and I knew some of the people before I even got hired. And my reputation preceded itself because I didn't have to start a rumor about who I was. Most people knew who I was, especially when I was applying for work in my hometown. But when I applied for a position that I got 70% more income applying to this position. When I did that, it was because I did this work I'm telling you to do right now. This is why I'm telling you this. The position that led me to a 70% increase in my salary wasn't because I knew the people. And it wasn't because I had this banging resume, which I do, and cover letter. It is because I did all this other work. It was the second time that I actually did all this work to get to a position that was beyond where I was at the moment. I had to start being the person. and that's what you get to do. If you like what I'm putting down, it's been 10 minutes. You really got the roadmap of how to increase your salary in a new position in the next 90 days. But if you feel like, you know what, Desiree, I want you to walk through this with me. I'm here for you. This is what I'm here for. I want you to click below because I have a 3-day change challenge and it is happening soon. And when I say soon, next week, Monday. And so all the doors are going to close to this challenge. I'm not letting anybody else in on Sunday. That's September 21st. Sunday, not letting anybody else in because we're going to keep it a very intimate group. Whoever's in there, that's what we're doing. So come. It's Monday, September 22nd through Wednesday. You have to show up every day, but you know what? Have to is very subjective. If you can't show up, I give you the recordings. You get the replay. Lucky you. But you can work on it all, next week. You have 7 days with the recordings. I'm so excited for you to come to this challenge and get your life together because it is time for you to have what you desire before the year starts. So go ahead, click the link below, sign up for the change challenge, ask a friend to come with you. So until then, I'll see you in the next video or at the change challenge. Bye.